Sima Bina is a traditional Iranian musician, composer, researcher, painter, and teacher, referred to as the Grand Lady of Iranian folk music. Sima Bina was born in 1945 in Barjan in the northeastern province of Khorasan. She came to know music and poetry through her father, Ahmad Bina, who was also a singer and master of classical Iranian music. He was a large part of Bina's career and wrote the lyrics to a lot of her early songs. After graduating from Tehran University in 1969, majoring in fine arts, Sima Bina continued and perfected her knowledge of Radif with the highly subtle teaching of great master Davami. Sima became a musical master, and along with teaching Iranian classical music and vocality to selected students, Master Sima has focused on doing further research on Persian folk songs, collecting, recording, writing, and reinterpreting popular regional music, especially from her native land, Khorasan. By traveling to remote places all over Khorasan, Master Sima gathered and revived a collection of forgotten songs and melodies. She said in an interview, "During more than 30 years, I have gone village to village and city to city in search and collection of Iranian folk music tunes. I have been familiar with lullabies, this endless song of mothers, one after another. Some of them, which have a more complex melody, I performed and recorded among the local songs. After a while, I realized that these songs are a unique cultural treasure that if they are not preserved, the future children of Iran will not find a trace of them." She also explained her connection and reasoning behind her music, saying that lullaby lyrics can tell you many things. You can discover the culture of a region by dissecting its lullabies. You could see how women and mothers think within a specific geographical boundary. You can hear the melodies of that region's music. You can even feel the geography of the region, whether it's mountainous, warm, etc., through them, the language, the dialect, and the tone. I am both a woman and a mother, and that is why I set out to collect these female tunes, Master Sima Bina explained. This collection finally led to her book, Iranian Lullabies, in 2009. In this book, Master Sima Bina not only shares her findings, her perception, the scores and visual representations of the selected lullabies with mothers, but she also presents 40 original Iranian lullabies in 4 CDs, in which her vocal is sometimes blended with the singing of mothers who had sung the lullabies to her in different parts of Iran. The worldwide recognition of her music received today is the materialization of over 40 years of her devotion to Iranian music. During the 1979 Islamic Revolution, women were banned from performing in public in Iran. Master Sima then began traveling around the world to share her talent and love for Iranian music. Master Sima has been invited to present her collection of Persian folk songs in festivals all over the world, including Norway and Germany.
Banned from performing in public in her home country like every other female singer, legendary Iranian folk musician Sima Bina was recently on stage in the German city of Cologne. As a specialist of Iranian folk music, she says she seeks inspiration in every corner of Iran. However, the ban on women performing solo in her homeland means she's performed all over the world except there. It's disappointing that I cannot sing in Iran, because the music I've collected belongs to the people, and I yearn to go on tour there and deliver to the people what I've learned from them. But I know it's not possible, and this disappointment is sometimes reflected in my songs. Starting at the age of 9 on a children's program on national radio, Sima soon had her own show dedicated to folk music and has devoted her career to reviving forgotten folk songs and melodies. Her work covers the whole spectrum of folk music from across Iran and further afield.
Sima Bina has not limited her art to the folk music of Iran. Half of her recent concert in Cologne was made up of Afghan music performed with Afghan artists.
Our brothers and sisters in Afghanistan are part of our nation. We speak the same language. The borders are defined by politics, but the people are close. And this togetherness can be strengthened by music. Her greatest achievement has been making folk music attractive to a younger generation. She has, however, resisted the temptation to alter the original compositions. I leave the innovation up to young musicians. They need the right base model. My mission is to act as a bridge between previous generations and the younger generation. Therefore, I would rather perform and record folk music in its original form, so that it can serve as a reference to others. Among the music released by Sima Bina is a collection of Iranian folk lullabies. As she says, a lullaby is a treasure trove that offers an understanding of different cultures through the use of language, melody and tone.
Master Sima is significant in Islam because of the way she expresses herself and her culture through the way she knows best, that is, her music. For Master Sima, her largest battle was during the Islamic Revolution in Iran. During the revolution, which took place from 1979 to 1980, there were significant changes in the country's social and cultural landscape as the country transitioned to an Islamic republic. One of the changes implemented by the new government was the imposition of stricter codes of behavior and dress, which included restrictions on women's participation in public life. The decision to ban females from performing in public during the Islamic Revolution was rooted in the ideology and interpretation of Islam promoted by the revolutionary leaders. They believed that women performing in public, particularly in the context of entertainment or artistic performances, was contrary to their vision of an Islamic society. According to their interpretation of Islamic principles, women's public performances were seen as potentially immodest or indecent, as they could involve interactions between unrelated men and women, or they could be perceived as promoting un-Islamic values or Western influences. The government sought to enforce a more conservative and traditional understanding of gender roles, emphasizing the importance of modesty and separation of genders in public spaces. However, this event did not prevent Master Sima from performing or sharing her love of her native land and its music. She persevered through the challenge as a strong and understanding Iranian woman, growing global recognition for her gifts, sharing her passions around the world. The manner in which she handled the situation exemplifies Master Bina's true Islamic self.